Top of the morning, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunched Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Dillian, the body snatcher White. Get this. Dillian White appoints Buddy Mcgirt a new head trainer. Heavyweight contender Dillian White has a new coach in his corner, Hall of Fame fighter turned trainer. Buddy Mcgirt has been tasked to shape the body snatcher ahead of his next fight. Buddy, he says, has been a two-time world champion. He's fought a lot of good guys, and he's been in the corner of a lot of top guys as well. He's been around. He's had years and rounds of title of experience, and I think that's what I need at this stage in my career. Somebody who can make little tweaks and has a bit more experience in big fights. Okay. Of course, we know Buddy Mcgirt has trained Antonio Tarver. He's trained Arturo Gatti, Sergey Kovalev. A lot of these fighters that he's trained, and that tells me one thing about his new appointed trainer. What did he do with the old one? He got rid of him. Xavier Miller, was the head trainer of his team, and I kind of cherry-picked out what he was really trying to say. He needed someone more experience in big fights, meaning that Xavier Miller, wasn't up for the task. He felt that he didn't have enough experience at a certain level, and let me counterpunch. I think Dillian White has to be at a certain level himself. You can't leave it up to the trainer. However, you don't want it to be because the trainer didn't tell you to do certain things. And I always get puzzled why people kind of just go right to the trainer when things go wrong. It reminds me of Andy Ruiz when he was with Manny Robles. He was with Manny Robles and he hit pay dirt when he knocked out and stopped Anthony Joshua in Madison Square Garden. He was with Manny. Everything was cool. Everything was copacetic, you know what I mean? But then as soon as he lost, he got rid of him. And it's just a trip, It's like, well, who told you really to go in there overweight? Who told you to really come in there so unprepared? Versus when you were prepared, what did you do? So you have to ask yourself, was it the trainer or was it you? Bars. So I think at the end of the day, Dillian White, the question you ask yourself is, was it Xavier Miller? Was he the problem with that night? Did he not tell him to do things that he felt he should have? Versus, getting rid of him, getting a whole new trainer. What did he do? What didn't he do? And that's the question you ask yourself. A lot of fighters, do that for mental gain because they don't want to be reminded of the trainer that was in their corner the night they took an L, especially when you're not accustomed to taking losses like Dillian White. I don't think Dillian White is a natural born loser with a born to lose tattoo on his chest. He's accustomed to winning, and I think that, him getting rid of Xavier Miller, was just something that I think was like a precautionary measure, because I don't feel, then again, I don't know, because that fight was not we don't really know what was said in the corner. We don't, they didn't follow that closely. And I know I didn't at all that time, because I was shooting the film at the time. And then it was kind of like, I kind of came in on it and I really didn't cover it the way I really wanted to. But I didn't know what he did versus what he didn't do with Dillian White, to make it a good observation of getting rid of him or not. So I don't know. But I do know Buddy Mcgirt is up for the task, and I like the idea of Dillian White in America. Maybe he would want to fight more Americans, i.e. Jarrell Miller, Michael Hunter, Charles Martin, and I think a lot of British fighters, look at Lennox Lewis, the come in question, did a lot better with an American trainer. Look at Anthony Joshua. He got Robert Garcia. They said he made improvement or whatever. I just think he should have had, better cardio. But nonetheless, he did make improvements and he looked a lot better. So, you know, maybe the change of trainers is a good thing for Dillian White. We don't know, honestly, until the day. But Buddy Mcgirt has experience in all levels of competition, you know, in all weight classes. He's been around. He knows a thing or two about a thing or two. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Dillian White changing trainers to Buddy Mcgirt. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunched. Peace!